Hi guys! So I'm making a short discussion video to give an overview of the new topic that you will be reading about, which is content writing. So to backtrack a little bit, writing for new media doesn't necessarily mean just writing in words. So we've already learned that. And new media is interactive media. So it involves mass media and digital media. So it's more than just writing, it's also pictures and videos, presentations, and stuff like that. So, how is writing for the online environment different from the old media? So, first, of course, you have the accessibility and immediacy. So, anyone can access at any place and any time. Second is reach. So, when you create content, you should think about going global or at least outside your immediate circle or environment. So, you expect people who are outside of your immediate circle or immediate environment to be reading your stuff. And third is, of course, the audience. So your content has a lot of competition. So think about how your content is going to stand out among all the pantheon of information that the audience has within its reach. Okay, so there are three types of writing involved for mass media. So we have content writing, we have copywriting, and we have script writing. So the first two, content and copy, will be discussed or we will tackle for this course. Script writing is a whole nother subject which hopefully you will take up next semester. So let's go to the difference between content writing and copywriting. So content is actually new media jargon. Before new media, the word content meant something different, like table of contents or contents of a box. But now content refers to things that are posted online for the whole world to see. So it's basically everything that you see in the internet, for example. Plus, content is not just limited to writing, let me just reiterate, but also to videos, podcasts, webinars, blogs, web pages, okay? So who writes content? Well, there's ordinary people like you and me. So they generate content about personal interests or personal feelings. Second, there's ordinary people who want to be rich or famous or both. So we have the bloggers, the vloggers, the YouTubers, TikTokers now. The third is we have the professionals. So those who want to reach out to clients, be known, and eventually be hired. And then fourth, we have the professional content writers. So these are people who are hired by the companies to generate content for them. Okay, so the irony in that at the birth of new media, it was the ballgame of professional content writers who made money from creating content. You know, they get hired by these companies. When companies realized the potential of new media, they hired content writers to create content for their companies. So copywriting, on the other hand, is creating copy text for advertising and marketing, like radio communications, jingles, print collaterals like your posters or streamers, your print ads. So good copy has a hand in directly affecting sales for a company, a product, or a service. Okay. So new media has changed how and where copy is generated, like in digital marketing or in landing pages. So before new media, like in traditional media, like newspaper ads or magazine ads, copy tended to be longer or was specific for a certain audience who were reading these types of media. But now in new media, of course, you have a lot of competition. So copy must deliver a certain message in the shortest amount of time. Okay, that's one example. So what is the basic difference between content writing and copywriting? So first is intent. Copywriting aims to sell, whereas content writing aims to inform and eventually convince. As to skill set, the second difference, These two have very different styles, techniques, or tricks in creating their content or creating their copy. So it's very different. So one very common content writing is the blog, or as we call it, or as it's really called, the weblog. So the blog is a weblog and it must have frequently updated posts or entries. So many people start out a blog and are only good in keeping up the first few entries. I'm sure there are some of you who've started blogs but were not able to sustain it. So afterwards you lose interest or you find out that it takes too much time. So keeping up a blog needs time, consistency, and of course research. Your content must as well be interesting. So the blog started out like an online journal. Of course, it had pictures and videos, links to other videos, customized pages and fonts. The blog has since then evolved from serving a personal function. So it has become a medium in new media. So there is this argument or question, is the blogger a journalist? Okay, so again, the main difference between the two is of course intent. A journalist writes for public service. The second main difference is the information that they give. A journalist must always present verified information or data. True? A blogger, not so much, because as we have explained or as we have learned, a blog content is mixed with the blogger's personal opinions. Okay, so in many ways, these two labels of journalist and blogger meet in some aspects. Okay, but then there is key differences between the two. So it's important to know the difference between the content that they write. So to wrap up this overview, familiarize yourselves with the key terms, okay, used in the reading, like permalinks, we have hyperlinks, URLs, and the WYSIWYG, okay, the WYSIWYG. So, and other staple terms that you might encounter in the chapter. So thank you for listening.